Hi YouTube. So today I'm in my room because there's like workmen still doing the drive. I think it's gonna be finished today though. But because I just came in my room just because it was a bit noisy and I don't like noise, and because they were coming in the house to put like a plug in, and I get a bit like shy in that. And now my dog Max is here. So I'm keeping Max in my bedroom just in case like they come in my house and like case he runs out or anything, because they leave the gate open while they're doing the work. So just really keep an eye on Max. But like you're probably thinking, who are all them on my wall and that, because sometimes if I take pictures of my room, people's like wanting to know who they are. It's just like my celebrity crushes. But I've had them up for like, don't know, like for a while, probably since I was like 14 or something, I don't know. Just they've always been up, so they're not like up dated or anything, because like obviously like you like I've had my celebrity crushes for ages, like since I was a child and since they were a child, so I've just kept all the photos. I haven't upgraded them or anything. So yeah, and then on that wall, and the wall in front of us, it's me and my boyfriend, and just photos of my boyfriend. I've still got some to put up. Actually, I've ordered some more because when I've just come back from seeing him again. But took a while for us to get used to coming back home and that. But I like where I live though. Like I like where he's from, but I just like where I grew up and that, because like got so much memories and I like the atmosphere. Plus it's too hot where he lives as well, because even though it's in England, but like different parts of England's like hotter compared to other places and that. Where I'm from is always like cold. Well, it does get hot, but not as hot as some places in England. So I'm used. I'm used to the cold. I don't like being too hot. I don't, and as well as I don't know how people can live like in different countries. Obviously, they get used to it, because sometimes when there's been times where I've been on holiday. It was one holiday I went was where was it? I think it was, I can't remember if it was Egypt or Greece. I think it might have been Greece, but I said it was hot, but they says it's not hot for them because they've had hotter, so they were cold. No, but it just depends. Like you get used to certain temperatures and that. But yeah. Anyway, this video was about when I had chickenpox, which was 2010. I was 9 years old. It was horrible. I hated it. It was because in 2010 I moved schools because of my disability, and that I needed like extra help with, just because I think I was falling behind on reading, and I think writing as well. Well, anyway, my handwriting is quite bad anyway, because when I was younger, my family thought I was going to be left-handed. Well, like this, because apparently I was doing everything right with my left hand. Did I say left-handed or right-handed? I can't remember. But anyway, my family thought I was going to be left-handed. But obviously, because I had a car crash, I can't use my left hand because my left hand's paralysed. So I've got to do everything with my right hand. So my family think that that's why my handwriting's a bit messy, because of I could have been left-handed, and my sister was left-handed apparently. And I think I think my family says one of my grandparents or granddad or someone was left-handed. I can't remember now what they say. So I had like chickenpox when I moved school the first year. Because I think I had a headache or something. Before I went to school or something. but like my family still wanted us to go in because it was like you don't know really if your child's lying or not. Like sometimes they could just be making stuff up, and I don't think I wasn't that bad actually. Um, so I thought I would just get better. I took some medicine like what you would do, and I went to school. But then when I got to school, I wasn't myself in lessons. Like I was trying to write something, and I had such a headache, and I think I had an earache or something. I just wasn't myself. And then the teacher says, write your I forgot what I was writing. That was I think it was learning objective or something in the day, because apparently I didn't do it neatly or something. So they said do it again. So I was getting a bit like wound up in that. I was like, just leave us alone. I don't feel well. And then I heard, and then the teacher said, you're not yourself today. What's going on? And I think I took the piece of paper on the floor, some not on purpose, but like it just dropped out my hand because I was just feeling unwell. It was a bit like a tantrum, like what children have. Um, well, not really a tantrum as much. It was just like I wanted them to know that I was unwell. I just couldn't be bothered. Um, and so they were like, I told them, and then I think they had sat us outside. And they were just like feeling my temperature and that, like checking my temperature and that. And I noticed that I had like spots. So they were like, I think that's chicken pox. And then they had phoned my I could probably be my grandparents picked us up or something, because me, like like your parents work and that. Um, so normally my grandparents would like take us from school and pick us up, depending on like the hours that my parents work and that. Or I think my granddad normally used to like doing the school run for us. Um, so he would take us home and that. And sometimes my granddad Bob used to do it as well. Because there was times, I think, because to give my granddad a break, my granddad Bob would do it as well. Um, and and I think sometimes, because I used to have once a week, I would go to my granddad Bob's house, and when my grandma Linda was alive, we used to go to her house. Well, it was my granddad, my grandma's house. She used to cook, but then obviously when my granddad could cook, well, he got better at cooking. Um, so we used to have KFC like once a week. But then when my granddad Bob like didn't do a job anymore, when he retired, it was just every 2 weeks, I think it was, just to like spend family time together and that with me cousins and with my cousin, and just like family, and seeing my granddad and that. I really do miss him. I miss going to his house. And that, so like the teacher told us just to like sit down and that, and she was asking how I was feeling, and I think I was feeling sick or something, can't remember. uh, um but I can remember I was just didn't feel good at all. And then someone came pick us up, and apparently, because I can't remember who my family said, it told us that there was a few children had got chicken pox as well. So a few people had gone home. Obviously, someone had it and didn't ruin, it was spread and that. Um, and then I remember coming home, and I just couldn't stop itching. It was horrible. And I was just feeling tired all the time, and I think I was feeling sick. And I was just like, I actually was like, I want to go to school. Because, like, I don't know, like, because I just wanted to be better and that. And I was just like, oh, I'm missing school now. I don't want to feel like this and that. And I think I just remember just lying in bed and wanting my family all the time. I think I was just, because I think I might have been in tears, and I can't remember. I was that young, but it's really horrible. I'm glad you only get it once. It was horrible. I hated it. I think I can't remember. I think it might be my sister. I think I was told she got it when she was young, because apparently it's better getting it when you're quite young, because you don't remember it that much. But like obviously because like I can't actually remember being a toddler or a newborn. I can't even remember being like quite young. I remember being 5 now, because I remember when I first got my first dog, Bailey. Because I remember I asked for a dog, if I could have a dog, and my family was like no at first, but then I think I kept asking if I could have a dog and that. Obviously because I don't know why they said no. Probably because they just didn't have time with, I don't know, like because of jobs and that, and they've got hard work to like keep in that sometimes when they're young. But then for my birthday, I remember when I was at my grandma Linda's house and my granddad Bob's house, because I think like I think parents or someone was collecting them. Oh no, I think they were looking into getting us a dog, and then they said that I could have a dog. Or I can't remember if they were picking them up or not. After was researching to get us a dog. I can't remember because I was young again. But I remember I did used to go and see him, because he does, where I first got my dog Max, not Max. Max is. I'm surprised he's not going crazy. Max was I had to have a bit of a drive to get Max. I think it was like 1 hour away or something to get him. I can't remember. But it was a very more of a longer journey than where I've got Bailey from, because Bailey was from someone in my state. And I remember I had gone to where I've got Bailey from, and there was loads of like puppies in this cage, and then the Bailey's first owner said, point to a dog you want. So I pointed to one that I think was looking in this, and I think that was going to be my dog anyway, because apparently that was the friendliest one, and with me being so young, they wanted us to have a friendly one. And I used to like play chasey with it, with Bailey in the first owner's house, where Bailey was born. And I was hiding wool from him or somewhere, and he barely couldn't sing it, so he got a bit sad and that. So I had to show him where I was, and when we took him home and that, and he had a small tail, like compared to what Max is, because I think Bailey had 9. There was 9 including Bailey altogether, 8 including Max altogether. Yeah, I think that's right. And Bailey's tail was quite squashed up when when he was when his mum's pregnant with him, because there was a lot together. I think Bailey was the only one that had a short tail. But he's better behaved than Max. I've got a funny nickname that we call Max, ignorant, because like sometimes when he barks to go in the car to come back in, if he just looks at you and walks away, and I'm like, why are you barking? And sometimes he just keeps barking to be in and out. No. And Bailey used to just like look at my family and then look at the cupboards, because he was wanting treats all the time. So Max wants to go in and out all the time, and Bailey used to want treats all the time. He used to love his dental sticks. Like Max isn't really bothered by them, but Bailey used to like his dental sticks. It was funny though. It's funny how they've got different personalities. Same dog breed, but different personalities. They're very different. I think Max is more like childish than what Bailey was. I just think Bailey was a bit more mature. But yeah, that's it for this video, because I'm going to check to see if the workers have gone yet. But yeah, that's it for this video. Bye.